This game sure came onto the scene out of nowhere, didn't it? I remember living in a simpler time where my Twitter timeline was a mixed cocktail of Nintendo memes and passive-aggressive sneak dissing. Never in my life have I had a game so unavoidably shoved in my face like I have Fall Guys. Seriously, it was like one day it never existed, and the next it was the only thing I ever saw people talking about. For a while, I wondered if I had unknowingly moved to Bikini Bottom, living under a rock with Patrick Star, unaware of what was going on around me, and it turned out I was just quarantining for too long. By the time I'd finally given in to peer pressure and plopped down the money to purchase Fall Guys, my slow toe dip in the pool immediately became a headfirst plunge into the ocean off the top of a cliff. Just what exactly is a Falling Guys? A swarm of sentient mighty beings who avoid obstacles in a comedic yet strangely engaging fashion? Yeah, that's about it. No story, no context, just plain dumb fun. Good thing there's nothing I'm really missing from being like late to the party here. It would almost be as bad as not playing a Pokemon game until Sword and Shield came out, and even then you have only half an hour into it, which, I mean, it's not me. Fortunately, one of the best things Fall Guys has going for it is its ease of accessibility. Young or old, experienced or new, informed or uninformed, you can jump in and have a good time in a matter of seconds. Cue a match and join 59 other players on a mad dash to the top of the mountain to be the last guy standing. And although you can play Fall Guys alone, I honestly believe this game is best experienced with friends. I mean, what game isn't? With a single friend or up to 3 more by your side, group up and listen to each other scream and shout as you trip, smack, flail, and of course fall to your doom over and over again. Truthfully speaking, this also may be one of the most balanced multiplayer games on the market. The only advantages other players have over you is game time and experience. Taking off from the starting line, having the same abilities and toolkit everyone else has, can't really complain that anything is broken now, can you? Sure, people may have a better understanding of map layouts and the physics, but they're not equipped with anything in the game that gives them a legitimate, distinct edge over you. Even games that are often thought of to have some of the most stable, well thought out, impeccable balancing in video game history like Smash Bros or TF2 still have areas in their gameplay where the competitiveness of it is on unfair terms. If you're gonna sit there and tell me that a heavy having a long distance gunfight with a sniper is a fight that's going down on fair terms, you can just fall to the bottom of the well. Same thing can be said for if you think Little Mac or Ganondorf versus anyone in Smash Ultimate is a fair fight. Yes, the balance is viewable from afar in the grand scheme of things, but can still be manipulated in certain unfair ways in given circumstances. In Fall Guys, this tampering of character and area-specific mismatches can't really be controlled to an unruly degree to the point where only the good players always win and the bad players always lose. Unless you get placed on yellow team, in which everyone will gang up on you and you may as well just exit the game before it starts. Sure, you may be the best at hexagon and completely suck at anything that involves moving a spherical object with a group of brain-dead nitwits, but everyone, and I mean everyone, is on an even playing field, and dadgummit, I like it a lot. However, praising Fall Guys for its unique concept and proper gameplay balance isn't what I want to talk about today, no sir. Maybe another day, but not right now. What fascinates me the most is sort of the spectacle of Fall Guys and how one small little switch up of subgenres made it from another run-of-the-mill battle royale game to a common household name, and what it could potentially mean for the gaming industry in the not-so-distant future. Now, summing this game's success up to one little switch up is highly undervaluing and undermining the true amount of time and effort put forth that makes Fall Guys as fun as it is to play. In return, it would be just as unfair to not admit that the shtick it's playing off isn't a huge reason for its popularity. It'd be like saying Mario Kart Wii would be looked at the same if the Wii wheel never existed, or that Overwatch would still be amazing if you could only play against bots. Could you imagine the thought of playing DDR without the dance pad? Do you think people would still love it then? No. Didn't think so. Would these games still be enjoyed without these assets they're attached at the hip to? Possibly, but would they be as widely loved by their fans if they didn't have them? Not a chance. There's just some things that once players become attached to and embrace these features, characters, modes, add-ons, anything really, that the thought of it not being there is like the game's soul's entirely gone. Would Fall Guys truly be the same game if it was a battle royale meshed with anything else and not 3D platforming? Where would its soul be? Probably with Millhouse. It really got the gears turning in my head to just how actually insane of a combination Battle Royale and 3D platforming is, and how just totally insane the complete package of Fall Guys is to be big on a mainstream level. Like, almost everything about this game perplexes me to a baffling level. If a ghostly apparition appeared in front of you on New Year's Eve 2019 and dangled a photo of this rotund, gelatinous fellow and foretold the future of this being the face of one of the most widely played games of 2020, what would you have said? Probably something along the lines of, "Back away from me, you freak like alcohol." The popularity of Fall Guys seems almost laughable to me. Look at this. Look at it. Thick bonkus! Need I say more? Fall Guys is opening the door for future devs and games to have the utmost of experimentation with pretty much anything. Everything Fall Guys offers is goofy and zany and so flamboyant. The characters, the levels, the gameplay style, the music, the colors, everything. I love that this mixed concoction of madness went viral because it proved what we knew all along. Gamers love games. For a long period of time, it seemed as if the only popular games consisted of action games where the main character was a white dude with brown hair, or an FPS game, and that was it. Oversaturated to the point where it felt the only way to escape games like that was to play something that was so over the top and cartoony that the two had absolutely nothing in common with one another. I'm in no way trying to place judgment or say playing streamlined action adventure titles or war simulated FPS games is bad, but these games are a dime a dozen. Whether you like it or not, these games will be shoved down your throat to the point of no return. Which isn't an image I want in my head at all, period, let alone with video games. Truthfully speaking, when was the last game we saw achieve mainstream success that was as creative and game-changing as Fall Guys? That wasn't A, an FPS game, B, a needlessly over-dramatized straightforward action game, or C, a reboot revival of something from memories past. It's been a while, it's been a hot minute, and that's a damn shame. All these great games, fantastic series at one point were a fresh new idea. That's what this video is all about, and that's what I think the gaming scene as a whole has sort of lost its sight on. Amazing games are everywhere. It's not like they're hiding from us. They're sitting in plain sight, but only a handful of people get to experience these gems. It's unfortunate, but I think and I hope Fall Guys has changed this, if only for a little bit, because a little's enough. It pains me deep inside that the average gamer isn't someone like you or me who sits on their chair or a couch for hours on end, diving deep into the worlds and experiencing all there is to do. It's the high schooler who sits on their phone all day, browsing the most viewed section of Twitch. It's the mom who laughs at F-tier memes on Facebook with tons of disposable income. They're the ones who speak for us. They're the ones who decide what gets worldwide fame and what doesn't. Ask how many people know about the Angry Birds games versus something truly ground-shattering like Stardew Valley or Undertale. The numbers are jaw-dropping. They're disgusting. I don't even like that game. I hate it, as a matter of fact, and here I am defending its honor because it's the right thing to do. If there's anything I want to be very crystal clear in this video, it's that I really do believe that variety is the spice of life, and that exact same concept can so very easily be added to the world of video games. I hope that with Fall Guys' success story, people will take more chances with being creative and how they execute their ideas. Think of your favorite game of all time. Ask yourself what it really is. No poi though, that's mine. Please don't copy me. If it really is your favorite game ever, you could probably rattle off tons of reasons as to why it's so great to you. If you take those same points and apply them to a bunch of other games with only minor tweaks, they become watered down to a point where the magic is gone. It's nothing special anymore, just another face in the crowd. I want another renaissance in gaming where I can look around and see an ocean of games with none of them looking similar to one another. I can acknowledge such a monumental task is a lot easier said than done, but it'd be a step in the right direction. The ideal dream for me is to see all facets of the gaming landscape on display for all to see. The unusual, the dark, the zany, the potential friendship ending. They all have something refreshing and original to shine a spotlight on, to show that not only can it be attempted, but that it can be done right for millions of people to experience. I like to think that any game that ever came out which went on to achieve some sort of cult classic or even epic enjoyment sort of status had some trouble in the brainstorming department, that any idea was an idea that was at one time considered too crazy or too risque to try. Then the idea comes to fruition and it's like, wow, who would have thought I'd love rolling everything straight up into a ball, or playing soccer with race cars, or being a flower. More creativity and less complacency, that's all I'm really asking for here. I think this is something we sort of want and demand, but only time will really tell if we actually get this. So go out there and play something totally wacky, crazy, insane, mind-blowing, and come back and tell me how much you like it. Just make sure your privacy settings are on so your friends can't make fun of you when they find out later. Let's be honest, sometimes life lessons are learned the hard way.